Hi people, it's me, Anja, my pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. I know that historically, I used to post to my channel twice a week, but lately I've been posting once a week, and honestly, I think the reason is because my work schedule is super inconsistent, which means that, like, even though I know my work schedule 2 weeks in advance, I still have to find time and energy, not just time, but mostly energy, honestly, to film my videos, so sometimes it's just easier to post once a week rather than twice a week. So anyway, with that said, the first book on this list is called Dear Wendy. For those who don't know, this book is a YA contemporary following two alo ace queer college freshmen who are unknowingly becoming friends in real life while having an online feud. That made no sense. Basically, they're having an online feud while becoming friends in real life without knowing each other's online identities. Does that make any sense? But anyway, this book is so good. I had super low expectations, honestly, before going into this book because I thought that I was going to love the ALA's representation. Of course, I always love queer representation in general, but also I thought that their online feud, made no sense and felt very unserious. And, why do you have a rivalry when you're a college freshman? Go to class. But then, as the book developed, I realized that, first of all, this book is so good in so many different elements, but also the author is very self-aware of how unserious this rivalry is. The characters are so well developed and so distinct, and I love their friendship so much. Again, like I said, the queer representation is excellent, and I love it. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. This book kind of reminded me of, I Was Born for This meets Loveless. It's so awesome, and it's so well done. The friendships are so lovely. This book is so good. I truly, really, really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. So anyway, overall, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called King of Dead Things. This story is a YA urban fantasy following two black teenagers who are looking for a magical artifact in the hidden magical side of London. This story is absolutely so excellent and so well done. I had really low expectations for this book as well, because this is the first time in a very long time that I've read a book by an author that I've never heard of before. Even with debut authors, typically it's an author that other authors or my peers or my friends or something like that have celebrated in the past, like the Dear Wendy author, for example. But with this book, I had never heard of them before, but I'm very, very lucky that this book was really, really good. The world building was so magical and so immersive. The plot was so engaging. The dual perspectives worked so well because the characters were so well developed and so distinct. And I loved the friendship so much. This book is absolutely so excellent and it's so underrated. I'm actually not sure if this book is the first in the series or if it's a standalone or whatever, but either way, well, not either way, but if it is the first of a series, I will continue it because this book was really, really good. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars and I would highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Crash Landing. This story is a YA contemporary following a young Asian sapphic main character as she tries to carve her own identity. Basically, this book is coming home, coming out, and coming of age. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. First of all, this book reminded me a lot of, All the Yellow Suns, which I read last year, which was so good. But even if you haven't read that book, which you definitely should, this book is so excellent, and it's so well done. First of all, the writing is so lyrical and so pretty. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The sapphic romance is so cute and it's so well developed and so well paced. The friendships are absolutely lovely. The family dynamics felt so Asian and so well done. And I felt so seen in some of them, you know what I mean? As an Asian person myself. Anyway, I just love coming of age stories so much, especially in queer stories, especially in POC stories with immigrant parents, just in general. This book was so good and it's so underrated, and it never felt too short. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I'm reading a book that's less than 300 pages, especially if it's YA, it feels like it's too short, but this book didn't feel like that at all, just because it was just so immersive and just so well done. So anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called This Is Me Trying. This story is a YA contemporary following two former best friends who reunite after 3 years because 3 years ago, their third best friend died by suicide. And this story talks about grief and love and mental health, and it's so good. Like, it's absolutely so excellent, and it's so well done. First of all, the writing is lyrical, and it's so beautiful, and it's so pretty. The characters are so well developed and so distinct, and I felt like real people. I love them so much individually as well as together. The queerness of the story is so well done, and it's so fantastic. One of the main characters identifies as bisexual, and the other one identifies as pansexual or queer, and it's so good. It felt so normalized and so real and so honest. The friendships are so lovely and so wonderful. The family dynamics made so much sense. The friendship made so much sense. This book is so fantastic, and it's so awesome, and it deserves all the hype and so much more, because personally I cried 3 times. I think it's so good and so awesome. I'm not sure if I would say this book is better than Ophelia after all. It felt very different to Ophelia, but anyway, it's so good, it's so fantastic, it's absolutely so awesome and so brilliant and just so excellent. So anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 5 stars because I absolutely loved it so much. So with that said, clearly I would highly recommend it. The last book on this list is one that I just finished, and it's called Finally Fitz. This story is a YA contemporary following a bisexual main character who decides to date her childhood best friend, fake date her childhood best friend, in order to make her ex-girlfriend jealous. And I thought that that's all this book was going to be, but it's actually not. It's so much more than that. First of all, I love Fitz as a main character. I think she is so awesome and so well done. Her relationships are so interesting and so authentic, especially the one with her mental health regarding like her perfectionism and her social media, and like her romance was so cute and so well paced, and I truly really enjoyed it. The queerness of the story again felt so normalized and so well done and so awesome. Like, her relationship with her sisters as well was so well done and so cool. The family dynamics of the story were so well done and so nuanced because all the characters felt like real people. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I love her fashion, her personality, like everything about her felt so well done and so awesome. Like, this book is so good. It's so much deeper than I was expecting it to be, which is so awesome. Like, this book is so good and it's so underrated. Like, I rated it 4 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. So anyway, with all that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. So in conclusion, as we descend into the last days of April, for context, I'm filming this April 24th. I am growing to be more and more satisfied with my reading month, especially since I have found a 5-star read so recently. So anyway, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the piano emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!